I believe the Ramborgians are our future. Teach them well, and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside, deep inside. This is John Rambo Presents the show. My name is John, and I'm joined by the star of the Pro Wrestling Smorgasbord and the official art supervisor of the Epic Mail. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse, Mr. Sturmgeist 13, is here.
How you doing, John? It's been, like years since we spoke?
A year since we spoke?
Like years. It's
been several years. You were incarcerated. Yeah. You were up in the mountains as your grisly appearance.
Yep.
Mountains and a grizzly bear with your bare hands.
No, I've just been lazy.
How are you doing, sir? It's a more important question.
Great, man. You?
That's always your response. Every time I'll send you like a text, how are you?
Because it's great. Everything's great.
Or I'll say, if I talk to you, how are you doing? Great is always his response.
I'm a big fan of Matthew McConaughey.
Is that true? You're actually doing great, or is it something you say?
No, I really am doing pretty good.
It's always an awkward thing.
Ever since we finished Nosman and Hole Punch, I've just been sitting at home, just letting the royalty checks just come in, you know.
You've been pushing me for more episodes. So please, I just want to make this artwork. Keep going with this.
Yeah, it's just all the money. I mean, I'm sure you're living lavishly.
Of course.
24/7.
Of course. But it's always a strange thing when someone says, "How are you?" Like, how do you respond to that question?
Yeah, I've always thought it was a really weird. There's a bunch of weird questions like that, like "How are you?" or, of course, that infamous question at interviews and stuff. Where do you see yourself in 5 years and all that bullshit?
Hopefully, I'll still be alive. That's the good response, I think.
No, I think the cheesy response is like, "We're hopefully working here."
Yeah, I'll be working with you, sir, under your wing.
Yeah, those questions are really weird, but it's almost like second nature of me to just say.
Do you ask those questions? I always ask people that. How's it going?
Sometimes you get more than what you bargained for, you know.
Yeah.
They start telling you their
I
life
lost a foot. I don't know where it is. It could be anything, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of people say, "Yeah, I'm doing fine," just out of habit. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're not really fine.
Are you actually great when you always say great? That's like your go-to answer. You are great.
It's probably out of habit, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, if you say like, "Oh, I'm doing excellent, great," maybe that person isn't. Maybe you're making them feel bad. If you say things are okay, then maybe they think there's something wrong.
Or maybe if I say I'm doing okay, it means I'm doing about the same level as you. If I say I'm great, then that must mean like I'm doing so much better than you. You know.
You come off kind of like, I have to admit, you come off kind of like a cocky dick when you say I'm great.
That's fine.
Maybe that's what you're going for. I don't know.
Yeah.
So as you saw, sir, from our intro today, I've completed the ice bucket deal. I was challenged by Joe from the Epic Mail, and of course Caesar the Pleaser. They challenged me of all people. You believe this? Like I could be defeated in a challenge.
I mean, I challenged you once, and you just backed down.
Let's not bring that up right now. We're talking about charity, okay?
We'll bring it up at the end of the show.
You wanted to play a silly game.
So it goes longer.
That'll be the end of the show. The tissues come out and start crying and everything.
You're gonna cut it off midway.
I'll just die. I lost my internet. Sorry. What do you think about the ice bucket thing? What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's a good way to raise awareness.
Yeah.
But I think just like everything else in social media, I think more people are doing it to I guess just to be a part of something popular. Same thing as the Gangnam Style thing, or what was the thing before
Harlem
that?
Shake.
The Harlem Shake. Yeah.
The difference with this, though, is I think there is actually like something to it, right? Where
there's a positive foundation for it.
Right. So I think of all the dumb stuff that's come out, where you kind of roll your eyes, you're like, "What is this?" And all the stuff on the internet where people are just trying to make $1, whether it's doing this or that, just to make $1. This is actually something that's got something good behind it, I think. And I think it's fun. I commend it. I saw some fun ones. George W. Bush getting the water on the head.
Yeah, it's a fun thing for a very good cause. I just I don't want it to get out of hand to the point where I know already some people are doing it kind of for themselves rather than the actual ALS thing. Because the whole point is to donate money and
I think
to
it's probably
at least raise awareness.
Is it the most successful campaign of a charity ever? Did you really know about it like ALS a lot before this?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's heard of Lou Gehrig's disease, but as far as that type of awareness, no, I think it might be the most successful campaign simply because it's taking advantage of social media and also like this current generation's need to put the spotlight on themselves.
Right.
So it's very smart, very clever. I
think it's good. We can see more things like this instead of just like let's just
instead of just a random ad saying, hey, ad council support ALS.
Right. It's good. So there you go. It's done. I took it a little step further, as you saw. We'll get to that in a second. But I have to make my challenges to other people. This is how it works, Mr. Sturm, guys. Right? Come on, man. So I'm challenging the following individuals. The Pope of Catholicism. The Catholic Pope. Pope Francis. Wow. I don't believe anyone's challenged him. I'm challenging Pope Francis. Are you a Catholic, by the way? You're Catholic?
No, I am not. I'm supposed to be.
Okay, well, I'm saying I am, but I'm not. Like, is that kind of like you were raised to be? Is that kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you were raised to be. You went through all that stuff.
You're the same as me. How does it make you feel?
Makes me feel even that much closer to you.
The second individual I'm challenging, the former Danny Tanner, the bastard that has been dodging us for years now, Mr. Bob Saget, has been challenged. I expect all of you to tweet him. Give him the link to the video of this video and tell him.
This exact video.
Exactly. He said, John Rambo has challenged you, Bob Saget. I want to see everyone do this.
He questioned your parenthood, and he challenged you to ALS.
Yes. Well, he basically raised me. I've told him this many times. He doesn't respond to me, though.
Did you hear about that Full House revival?
I did.
Talk about.
I did hear about it. Yeah.
Will that be a subject on today's show?
It could be. Write it down.
Sure.
We'll script out a couple seasons. And the third individual, the man who is not here today, he's absent today, but I'm challenging him not only to the Ice Bucket Challenge, but to the Schnozgoo Challenge as well, which is what I started. It's a new thing. And he must give a donation as I gave a donation. John O.J. Harrington has been challenged. Wow. Boom. I want you guys to let him know as well that he's been challenged by us.
That goo thing, I heard it's boiling hot or something. It's like a mix. It's like the ice challenge and then the boiling hot.
The boiling hot goo. Yes.
Goo, yeah.
It's funny. I went to the store to get the ingredients for that, and you just had this weird assortment of things, and I had it on the conveyor belt deal, to the register, and the woman behind me is like, she's looking at it, and she goes, "Excuse me, are you a science teacher?" And I just turn around and
you could say that.
Yeah, I turned around and, with a blank look on my face, just said, yes, something like that.
Yeah, it's just looking. Oh, did you give him like a crazed look?
And then she goes, "Oh, okay."
Depends.
But I guess I could pull off science teacher. I'm a total science teacher guy.
There you go.
And actually, I was telling you about earlier, but after I did that, after it went on me, I must thank my lovely assistant. It was my girlfriend. I must thank her. Or she'll get mad I didn't mention her at all. That's how it works, man. You gotta,
You gotta put them over.
You need assistance. I need assistance in that. I made her do all kinds of strange things to me over the years. That doesn't even come close to the top of the list.
I was gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say that's the strangest one, but then you went reverse.
No. But I was like just a huge mess because I didn't really make the stuff. Usually OJ is the one who makes the stuff, and he gave me the instructions, but I kind of screwed it up, and I just dumped all the stuff into the bucket, and there's a lot of glue in there.
What was that little rag looking thing that was? That was
the slime. It became hard and then it was liquid. It was a mess. But anyway, it all stuck. It just stuck to everything. I actually had to throw all my clothing out. Everything I was wearing had to be thrown out. The hat, the shirt, the pants, underwear. Just threw it all out, and it left this disgusting stain on the grass. When I tried to get it out, but I couldn't rip it up. And
does grass no longer grow in that area?
It's just there's blue crap all over the ground there, and there's these kids. They walk through my yard because they go down to the lake.
What?
They walk through the yards. There's kids. It's okay. It's fine. They're all right. They walk through the yards. And so earlier today I was outside barbecuing on the deck, and I noticed them walking down. And I'm like, oh man, I hope they freaking see it. So I waved to them, they waved back, and then they're walking, and I swear to God, I think one of them stepped in it.
Oh,
and then the other one's just like, what is that? And he just goes, I don't know. And they just kept going.
No, it would be funny.
Yes.
One of them said, "Schnoz man is real." Holy shit!
No, they didn't watch that.
How do you know?
Most people.
John, what do you think is your youngest viewer of Schnoz man and Hole Punch?
5 years
like
old.
Youngest fan.
It's made for 6-year-olds. I don't know if you knew that. It was aimed to be a children's show.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. It just wasn't marketed properly to the right demographic.
It's slowly morphed into.
It's going to be on what is it, Sprout?
It's going to be on there.
Yeah, I could do a kid show.
I'd be so down.
If Sprout called us up, like, you want OJ do a kid? Oh, we could do that.
OJ will be like the next Teletubby.
Oh my God, they're like dolls of him and everything. Yeah.
What, dolls him?
No, you make a doll of OJ.
Oh, okay.
You squeeze it.
I thought they said you would be dolls.
He has a soft belly, and you like, it's like dough. You like knead it with your hands. That's the toy.
And he gives like life advice and numbers and letters and whatnot.
Well,
reading Rambo.
Well, his
chat.
version of it, Anyway, but that was that. It was a good time, man. Good times.
The chat has already dubbed it "Reading Rambo."
That's gonna be the show.
That's what they
said. We gotta talk to some people about this.
Yeah.
All right. If anyone wants to be our agent, 15%.
15.
I was on Mark Crown's podcast yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Crown Stories. Go check that out. It was a good time. And I said, Mark, if you want to, because he had some ideas, I was like, 15%. Whoever gets us anything, that's what you get.
Whoever can
land some kind of deal.
Anything.
Yeah. You have 15. It's a great deal.
That's pretty good.
We're looking at Sprout. So.
Sprout.
Yeah, we got an update, man. Sean's made a Hole Punch DVD, Blu-ray deal. We were talking about last week. Last week we weren't sure if we could really do it or how it was going to work, and we were thinking about making the discs ourselves. We kind of realized we couldn't do that. But since that time, we found a company that's really good, and it looks like it's going to work out. We'll be able to make something really nice. They're going to print out. You could do any number of discs. You can kind of do different types of discs in the set. You could have 3 DVDs, a Blu-ray, and a CD, or whatever combination you want to do. You could do up to 6 discs.
You should have an interactive CD-ROM. It'll be like those old CDI games.
Yeah.
And include
solitaire on it. What do you mean? What?
I dare you, in the back, include a floppy.
I don't know. There's so many things we could do. I called these people. I talked to them on the phone for an hour, and I was a real pain in the ass. I was asking them all these questions and really pushing them and pressing them, and they're like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" But I got a lot of answers, man, and we can actually do the art on the disc, on the case. You can have different types of cases, and it's really going to be something. I think it'd be really, really nice. It's going to be really something nice. It's going to take a little time. I started working on the footage because I'm going back to the old episodes and messing with them.
Yeah.
And we go back to episode 1, and I'm like, I'm going to recut this thing, and there's no footage to work with. There's one take for everything.
Yeah.
That's it. Even the monologues where he's just talking to the mic, there's one, he did it once. So it was a different era, a different time.
Yeah, well, it goes to show even yourself, how far you went from just doing single takes of this, so, making it simple, and next thing you know, you have multiple takes and
shows
editing
how far we've
and
gone
all
off
that
the cliff.
stuff. Yeah.
To our death. But,
in a good way. So
potentially this can be something really incredibly nice. And I'm excited. I've been working on it. It's fun, and it's coming. It's coming out eventually.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea to have it all in one place, in one physical copy. Just in case one day the internet does go completely to shit, we'll all have a copy of.
I like to go overboard with my stuff. If you whatever the price is, I want to give you 3 times that. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to have just so much insane stuff on it. But the flip side of that is it takes me a long time to do it. But
at least
it is what it is.
Right? You've started on it anyway.
Exactly. We're on our way. You did a lot of the artwork for the episode, sir. And in the art thing at the bottom of the screen here,
Yep.
it's showing a lot of it. And you actually created the template.
Yeah.
You created this whole template, actually, with this space
Yeah, I thought it was
thing.
pretty cool.
Yeah. What do you have to say about your experience with the art this time around?
As far as the template, I wanted it to look like an R-wing from Star Fox,
Oh, yeah? Okay, I didn't know that.
like a vertical type of a window, and yeah, I wanted to put like a joystick. I think we talked about this a lot because you wanted a brand new template for the show,
Yeah.
and we came up with this, which looks pretty awesome. But as far as editing and all this stuff for Schnozhole, it's really fun because you keep sending me different things and you tell me, I need this graffiti or this, this to be changed. It's kind of challenging in some ways because sometimes I figure like, how am I going to do that? But it ends up looking really nice the way you use it.
I tried to take it easy on you this time around. Like, I gave you stuff. Well, because we made the thing over the course of like 9 months. So I kind of spaced it out. I wasn't like, here's everything, do it. I kind of, here and there, I was like, do this. And I don't think I made you do anything like over again this time. You got to a nice place.
Yeah. I think I think we talked about this last time. After a certain time, we start kind of understanding what we can do, and
You're like, I know what that sick bastard wants.
yeah, like I know exactly what you mean whenever you say do this, or at least you clarify it. So
I'll tell you what. We went up on Sprout. You're coming in as the art guy.
Oh,
okay. Fuck. What do you think about
that? Sure. I mean, as long as I don't directly work with children, I think I'll be okay.
Okay, fair enough. So it's been about a year since you've been on this program. A little bit over a year.
Has it?
Yeah, you were on last time, right when we got back from. I got back from Dallas, actually.
Oh yeah.
We spoke of our time together in Dallas. So over the last year, what's been going on? Tell us every minute detail that's happened with you over the last year, sir.
Nothing much, man. Just working. Just working, playing games, working on stuff, with you, other side projects and stuff. So nothing terribly exciting, but it's better to report nothing, and everything
there's been no
fine.
Tragedies.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing crazy happening.
All right, good. So I know you've seen a couple movies.
Yep.
Over the summer. So I've been went to the movies like over the last week. I've gone to a bunch because I kind of missed out on a lot of things, but I kind of got caught up. But the movie theater is very strange. What movie theater do you have? Do you have like the Lowe's AMC thing there, or do they don't have that where you are?
We have an AMC one, but I go to a more obscure one that doesn't have as much people in it. It's called Tinseltown.
Okay.
So that one's pretty nice.
If you're lucky enough to have something like that, that's great. But they kind of these big theaters kind of destroyed and put these people out of business. A lot of areas.
Yeah, what's funny is the AMC theater that I have is at a mall, and it almost always is packed, full of people. Even people not even watching the movies, they're just kind of hanging around.
Just hanging out at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Looking at the posters.
And no matter what time of day, the tickets are more expensive there than they are at Tinseltown that I'm at. So,
it's like going there, man.
And there's no change in quality like whatsoever. It's not like the Tinseltown is all run down and crappy or anything. It's perfectly fine. You go in there, you watch the movie, and you get out.
We used to have a lot of nice theaters, man. They all went down. We used to have a lot of nice video stores and a lot of cool theaters.
I used to know like people, like not companies, but just people who owned a theater,
Yeah.
It wasn't anything huge or extravagant, but they had their own like two or three like movie theaters. So I thought that was pretty fun.
Well, that's the kind of the change in the country, I guess, right? Like years ago, you could be like, I'm gonna open a movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna open a pharmacy, and I will. That's what people would do. That'd be like their life.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you can't open shit now.
The difference is you can open something now, but back then you had a way higher chance of it being successful.
Right. Yeah.
Because you could actually like not really pander, but just like contribute to your
town. It was like this should be the town's thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And then most of the time, even when there was a bigger pharmacy or a bigger movie theater, people would trust you because they actually know you. They would know you.
You know the guy. I'm gonna open a hardware store. It's because this town needs one, and that's the guy. I'll go to Larry's hardware store. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and you actually know Larry as opposed to, let's say, a Home Depot rolled in, and you're like, no, I don't care about Home Depot. I want to go to this guy. He's the one who's been there helping me. But
well, this is a whole other conversation. I wasn't trying to go down this road.
I told you
there's
before,
less opportunity out there. Okay, this is the problem.
I told you before the show that one subject would go into like 3 others. So.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. That's our financial show. It's in a couple weeks. But
what I was going to talk about, like real quick, was what I really miss is video stores, like
absolutely,
like mom and pop video stores.
Yep.
They would just have VHSs everywhere, and again, you knew the people there. And let's say you were late, like 2 or 3 days to return the video, it'd be nothing about it.
If they liked you.
Oh yeah. Just to trust me, some of them were pretty dickish too.
You kind of they know who you are, and you know who they are, so it could go the opposite direction too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think variety's always good, man. Variety in any kind of thing. If you're a consumer, and you have different options and there's different stuff at each place, and you know it's always good when there's less.
And of course, kind of like
choices. It's not as good.
Like the saying, like competition always, brings out the best in people. Same thing goes for companies.
Yeah. So anyway, like I was going with this. The theaters, I guess, they aren't doing too well. I don't really know what's happening. They're down. I guess where I am, I don't know where this is about anything else, but there's always gimmicks, man. You got the 3D movies, of course, and they're more expensive. So what happens, like people weren't going to them. So now what they've done is they've kind of made most of the shows the 3D, and there's like 2 for the normal movie, and they're at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and like times you can't go, so you're kind of forced into it.
Really, I haven't seen that here.
Yeah, and then
that sucks.
I noticed the concession stands, right? I was checking this out, I was scoping it out. Sneaking around, looking at things. With a pad of paper. And there used to be like popcorn and you just get butter on it, right? It was just butter, it was like that weird yellow crap, you don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
You just cover it and whatever it was, right? That's what you got. Mm-hmm. But now there's like different flavors. Have you heard of this?
I did not know that. I knew, I think I know here that they do have like caramel.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know if there's any wacky new flavors.
I wasn't able to see. There was like 6 different flavors. I don't remember them all, but they were all like these really exotic names. One of them was white cheddar. White cheddar. What the? And then another was garlic parmesan.
Wow.
A garlic parmesan topping for your popcorn. There's like different ones. I don't
know if that would really be good on popcorn.
I don't think so. No. But there's like all these weird things happening, man. It's a whole new world. So I go see Sin City on Friday, and there's like freaking no one there. I got there like an hour. We got there like an hour early. So I'm like, oh, it's opening night. It was Friday at 8 p.m.
Oh, really?
Like, this is the prime spot. I don't even know if we could get a ticket. So I was with my friend Kevin, actually, who's been on the program recently. And we go into the theater, and there's no one there, but only 2 people there.
Really?
And, oh yeah, the movie bombed. We'll talk about that in a second, but...
Yeah, I knew that, but I don't know about the whole only people there. Goddamn.
Friday 8 p.m. on the opening night.
That's crazy.
So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden this dude walks in about 2 minutes before the movie's about to start. It's a guy that I haven't seen in many years. I don't even know his name. But we know each other because I think he used to come into GameStop when I worked there, and we would, I don't know, whatever. We would talk about games. I don't really know this guy, really, but he knows who I am, and he comes in, and he sees me. He decides to sit next to me, which is okay. It's fine, whatever. I say, hello, how you doing?
Out of all the seats.
Out of all the seats, but it's fine. I'm polite to him. He's a nice guy. But he's got this huge freaking popcorn, and it just stinks. It just freaking reeks, man.
What do you mean? It stinks like what?
And I go, let me guess, you got the garlic parmesan, didn't you? He goes, yeah, I did.
You son of a bitch.
Yes. He's like, yeah, do you want some of that? I was like, no, it's all right. And then he just proceeds to the whole movie, just chomping on this part.
Yeah, that's kind of why I never really liked eating or food. Hell, even popcorn. Popcorn's fine simply because of the namesake, but I've never liked those places where you sit down and they bring you food, to eat at the movies or whatever, because then you hear people just eating the whole time,
just chomping on stuff.
Yeah, and
so I just thought it was funny. I'm like, I was able to guess the popcorn he had.
Yeah, of course.
And
simply because it had a pungent odor.
It had the garlic parmesan. I knew what it was.
Damn, dude. That's really weird. Garlic Parmesan.
And the dude sat there and was cool, it was fine. He finished it after a little bit. And but then at the end, I thought he would say, like, hey, what's your number or something? Or
yeah.
I don't know, nothing. He just left. I felt like, wow, I felt used.
Yeah, like you were used for a friend for one night.
Yeah, that was it. So, the movie itself, I don't know. Did you ever see the first movie?
I never got around to seeing the first movie.
Yeah, maybe this is why people didn't go to this one. It came out 9 years ago.
Yeah, that I knew that because I remember the first time that I saw rumors of Sin City sequel. I was like, damn, that I've heard people wanting a Sin City sequel like a couple of years ago, but it's kind of weird for it to be released now. Yeah,
I think it was just bad timing completely. The first movie was a pretty big deal at the time. It was pretty popular.
Yeah,
I liked the movie a lot actually. It's got a lot of monologues in it, so obviously I do a lot of those. My stuff. Love the monologues, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have any, cash to actually show stuff. You just have someone talk for a long time. It's brilliant. But,
it's definitely harder to do than most. Most writing. Yeah, because think about it. You have one character and he's talking the whole time. How do you do that without completely boring somebody's mind?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's real easy to bore people from having one guy talk. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
And for somebody to be interested in it, you got to be really good.
But 9 years later, it came out kind of the end of the summer, so people already spent like $500 on garlic parmesan, white cheddar popcorn, and movies.
How much did that cost? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably like $8. I would think. Everything's like $8. Doesn't matter what it is.
I have no idea what the prices are even here because I've never even glanced at the fucking.
Yeah, I don't buy that stuff, dude.
Stand.
It's all bad and actually, I've heard that's where they make all their money. They don't make any money off tickets at all. It's just concessions. That's it. Wow.
Yeah, that's
You
really
know what I always
weird.
thought? Like, we're going way off track here, but
that's fine.
why don't they sell like merch? You know what I'm saying? Like shirts for freaking
official T-shirt of the movie that you're watching or something.
Yeah, they'd sell some of that shit.
They could. Yeah, they really could.
I'm surprised they haven't. They're going to do that next.
Yeah, I've already seen.
I guess most movies that doesn't work. There's some drama or something.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of a movie.
The Fault in Our Stars, and you come out of the theater and they have like
with a hoodie,
hoodies and mugs,
a cap, a baseball cap, Fault in Our Stars.
They could, or autographed pictures of people from the movie.
I actually condone that because do you realize how many impulse buys you would have of people walking out of the theater saying, "God, the movie was cool," They
probably tried to do this, but they can't because like the theater would have to take a cut and the studio would and.
Yeah, I think it's much easier for them.
They're probably discussing this right now somewhere.
If it's a marketable movie, like say a Marvel movie or something, they'd probably want to make a deal with like somebody cheaper, like Walmart or something.
Right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. So yeah, anyway, the Sin City it came in like 6th, and that's the end of that. No more of those movies. I like the movie though. That was a good time.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good. It's just
it was cool with the 3D too. Because I don't really usually like the 3D, but like I said, I was forced to do it. But it was kind of cool with that movie.
Yeah, I noticed.
9 years is a long time. A lot of people grew up and didn't don't want to see that kind of movie anymore. I, on the other hand, keep giving it to me. But,
yeah, maybe that is a weird movie. To just bomb that bad out of nowhere.
Right. So that's that.
Who knows?
Something that I know you saw, we both saw it, The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, sir.
The Guardians. Guardians.
The Sardines.
Sardines, yeah. So, I want to hear your thoughts on it, but I want to say I went with my girlfriend who poured the bucket of blue crap on me and laughed in my face after doing it.
To point and laugh.
And she doesn't know about the Guardians of the Galaxy. She knows like X-Men and Spider-Man, all that stuff. And
yeah,
she's a big fan of the Marvel movies. Like we've seen all of them together and everything. But she doesn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy going in.
Yeah.
And she didn't see the trailers or anything like that. But she knows like from the commercial there's like a raccoon. She knows there's a raccoon in the movie. So we're sitting there and like the opening piece of the movie is when he's a kid.
Yeah.
And his mother dies and everything. And then he runs outside and the spaceship comes and zaps him.
Yeah, try not to spoil too much, John.
There's some spoilers here, okay? The thing's like 4 weeks old at this point. There's like 4,000 podcasts that have revealed everything about this. They've analyzed every little thing for no reason.
Yep.
Four-part podcasts of the trailer analysis.
Like the podcast, the analysis is longer than the movie.
Oh yeah, sure. We used to do that with our wrestling show. But yeah, so the spaceship comes and zaps him, and then she's just watching this, and she turns to me and she's like, "Does he turn into a raccoon?" So I just go, "Yeah."
Yeah, well, but yeah, most people don't know because it is a far-fetched play. Even for comic book fans, I know a bunch of fans of comic books that didn't even know what the hell Guardians was. You know?
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Yeah, it's cool though because it's kind of like your deal, right? Or it's kind of like this time's thing. It's not based off something from like a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. I really love Guardians because I think it was 2004 or whatever when they started. Was it Annihilation? Or I forgot what the name was.
Yeah.
I really fell in love with the cosmic characters of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like I know some people know I'm a huge fan of Nova. I know you don't like that.
I just think it's strange. Or tell everyone that's your favorite character in like all of comics, Nova, right?
There's something like about just everything, the way he looks, the way he acts, the stuff that he does, his powers. It's really cool. To me anyway. It really speaks to me.
Nova speaks to you. What does he tell you?
So I really fell in love with the cosmic characters. I don't want it to get creepy.
I'm a technical snafu right now. I'm just repairing, so don't mind me.
Okay.
No, we're cool now. But so yeah, Nova's your guy. So this is like right up your alley here. We're bringing the Marvel Cinematic Universe into space.
Yep.
Right. So what were your expectations going into this? You're like, this better be good.
My expectations when I first heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I was immediately excited because I was like, man, I cannot believe that Marvel is like this smart. You know what I mean? They introduced the big characters first, like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and all them, and you pretty much create the Marvel brand, and you make people trust. If the movie says Marvels, people know that it's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they have people's attention, they release something as crazy as Guardians of the Galaxy, and so they're bringing more obscure people into the spotlight, into the mainstream.
So they could do like anything now, and people trust them.
Yeah, people will trust them, and they have a right to trust them because they haven't, none of their movies lately haven't been complete crap. It's not like you watch them and you're like, wow, that really sucked.
Do you think they'll ever have like a real bad one?
They could, but I think
it shouldn't really happen because you should have like there's so many people involved, right? There's got to be quality control, right?
That's what I was about to say.
Like it
really shouldn't happen because they're such crazy about quality right now. They're so crazy about quality control, how it looks, the actors, especially who they cast. So they're really picky about that now, and so that's why the movies have been doing so well.
Right.
But when I heard about the movie coming out, I had high expectations. That was like 2 years ago. And going to see the movie, I had high expectations, and those expectations were very met. They were met, and I was very happy to see the movie.
That was for me, it was like the best Star Wars movie in a long time.
Exactly, it felt like Star Wars.
I don't mean to. That's not like a knock or anything on anything. It's just.
It felt like a.
It's fun. It was like why Star Wars is fun and Star Wars is good, right? It had those elements to it.
The movie felt like it fit right into Star Wars somewhere, you know?
That's what Star Wars. That's what you want it to be. You want it to be fun. You want to see some shit blow up. You want to see some cool visual stuff, and like as far as like the group of people and like the weird atmospheres and the races of aliens and all kinds of crazy gadgets and stuff and spaceships. That's exactly what it felt like. Yeah.
But being a big fan of like the cosmic universe and Guardians, I really did feel like this movie felt exactly like a live action version of one of their comics, like piece by piece.
Right.
It looked that way and it felt that way. So that's how a comic book movie or superhero movie should be.
Yeah, it was really well done. What did you think about Batista?
He was like surprisingly good.
Yeah, he was awesome. I was never a fan of Batista.
No, me neither.
I'm a fan of his now. I'm like, he's great.
Exactly. I've never been a fan of Batista as a wrestler. I've never been a fan of him as an actor. But when I watched this movie, the best thing about him is that halfway through the movie or halfway through him being introduced, I completely forgot that was Batista. You know, he
they put over every character got kind of put over well.
Yeah, they were presented very well. Everybody had their lines, their moments, and by the end of the movie, yeah, I completely forgot that was Batista. So I didn't even have a chance to scrutinize him for having known him. Yeah, well, it's like in your head, you're like, oh, this is Batista. Let's see how he does. You know, it's like you knew him before.
Right.
But same thing. I had doubts of like Bradley Cooper being Rocket.
No, he was awesome
as well, because you know the previous Rockets have had like a Cockney, like Australian type accent.
Well, in the Marvel game.
Yeah, in the Marvel game, he's been in
Marvel's Capcom 3 for some reason. Like, yeah, he's Australian.
In there, and he's.
And this one's from like Brooklyn or something. I don't know what happened here.
He's had it in the Avengers cartoon. There was a cartoon animated movie of the Avengers with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, all right.
And he was in there. He had that similar voice.
Yeah.
But no, when I first saw Bradley Cooper, I thought, you know, that's a really weird thing. But I have faith in Marvel's casting.
Yeah.
Because they've done such a great job so far. But no, Bradley Cooper was very good in the voicing.
Did you know it was going towards the Infinity Gauntlet thing, like when it was just like the Tesseract and all that? Did you anticipate this? Because this is the one where everyone's like, oh, okay, now we know where this is headed.
When it was first just presented as, you know, the Tesseract, they did a good job of hiding the fact that it was an Infinity gem or stone.
Yeah.
So I didn't suspect it there. Yeah. When I saw, you know, the ending of the Avengers and, you know, when they showed Thanos, that's when I knew, like, okay, they're gonna what's the best way to introduce Thanos or lead to Thanos, you know?
Right.
But Thanos is associated with the Gauntlet, and over time, these movies have been showing, you know, a stone in each movie, and it's been really awesome.
So we're heading towards the Infinity Gauntlet, which is where Thanos basically gets all of them and has an awesome glove.
Raises hell, which just inverts the universe.
And you guys assume like everyone's going to be in it. When do you think this will come out? Like it could be years, right? It could be like 10 years. If this is like done properly, could it be like 10 years from now?
I'm not sure about 10 years. I'd say maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
If it's done properly, and you know, we don't know how many steps they're trying to take.
Yeah.
Or, you know, what they have planned in between. I'm not sure.
It's really interesting to see what's going to happen with this universe that they made. Because how long is it going to go for? How long could it go for? And then eventually you're not going to be able to have the comics to go off of anymore because you have old Iron Man and everyone's older. And you have to kind of rent them out, and you're not going to be able to go like, okay, now this is going to be this storyline and from the comics and that.
Yeah, the actual actors themselves. I think you said before that, you know, obviously, naturally, they will age.
Yeah.
And do you introduce, you know, a new version of them, or do you...
You just replace them with younger actors act like they're fine?
No, I think it would be kind of like in the comics where, like, even Nova wasn't completely replaced, but he was, you know, kind of swapped out with the younger kid, Sam Alexander.
So you'd have, like, the War Machine like dude is Iron Man, and Don Cheadle.
Yeah, maybe like or maybe a different version of Iron Man, maybe for the movie or something, I don't know.
But how long do you think they could actually go with this universe? How many years can they, before we got to start over?
For that, yeah, I will say 10 years, because that has a lot of length to it.
Do you think Infinity Gauntlet would be like the end of the thing? Like they'll do that let's say they have all these different, because they have Ant-Man, they're going to have Black Panther.
And then Doctor Strange is another one that I'm looking forward to.
Doctor Strange.
So excited for
that
movie. He's not a pervert. Oh, because he's strange?
Yeah, he's a little weird. Sexually, he's very strange.
He's confused.
Yeah, he's confused. He's ambiguous. So you have all these different characters come out over the next couple years, and you put them all in this Infinity Gauntlet with the Guardians, with the Avengers, everybody. How do you do that, and then like, we're gonna keep going after this? Because that seems like that would be the end of it, right? The ultimate thing.
That's part of the reason why I'm enjoying the Marvel movies so much. Not because we're fans of comic books, but because number one, they're great movies. Number two, they seem to have like a grand scheme of what's going to happen, like in the end. And I'm sure once they're nearing the end, once the preparations get to the final movie, if that is like Infinity Gauntlet or something, I'm sure they'll have something planned, you know, afterwards. I don't think they're going to say,
it seems like it's all planned out.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be closing up shop anytime soon.
Yeah, my worry is like there's so many, there's just so much stuff coming out, superhero stuff.
Yeah, it might.
It's like so much.
It could possibly oversaturate the market.
Right.
There might be a point of, like you said, maybe some people are gonna say, I'm done with comic book movies or superhero movies and stuff like that.
I'll still go. I've seen this many times. I don't even care. I like all these movies as long as there's a dude spandex running around. I'm sitting there with my garlic parmesan, and I got a big smile on my face. I don't even care.
Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of people like that.
Yeah, man.
Bunch of people who just want to see the movie. They don't really care what happens next. They don't care what happened before. They don't even care what's happening in the movie. They just want to go see it.
Well, I wouldn't go that far with myself, but
no, I'm not talking about you. But there's
certain
people
franchises.
Like
there's certainly.
There's people like that who they don't even care.
Just going.
Speaking of not caring, did you see the Turtles movie?
I did not. I kind of wanted to.
Why didn't you?
I just didn't find time to do it. But I kind of wanted to see, like, because I'm just a fan of the Turtles. So there'll be moments in there that I like. Because if there's just, like I said, if there's, like, Turtles just doing some shit, even if it's, like, for 2 minutes of good stuff, I'll enjoy that. Because I'm a big fan, and, somebody I grew up with and stuff. But it seems like the critics hate it, but the people that went like it or something, based on what I've seen. I don't know what's going on. And it did, like, really well.
Oh, yeah, it did very well. I, for one, have not seen it. No
one I know has seen it either. I don't know.
I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I don't think... Number one, I can tell you right now, the Ninja Turtles look butt ugly.
They're like Hulks.
They're disgusting. But their face, dude, like the way they look. Just looking at their face, they look disgusting.
Not attractive turtles.
What the hell? Like, their noses and, like, the lips that they gave them are really fucking weird.
They're like monsters, man. They just pick cars and just toss them.
It just looks really weird to look at them, and it doesn't feel like you're looking at the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? Yeah. It looks like you're staring at completely different beings. But a part of me has a really hard time giving money to a movie that has employed Megan Fox.
You don't like Megan Fox? Is this because you went on a date with her before and didn't work out? What happened?
She was a bitch. No, I'm playing.
Really? She wouldn't pay for your dinner? And you're like, well, you make multi-millions of dollars and I don't. You can't pay for this?
I wouldn't be surprised. Wendy's dollar menu.
That's a great point. If you went on a date with some,
a famous person.
We should discuss this because I'm sure this will happen to both of us in our life.
I don't think so.
If you went on a date with some, model or...
a rich person.
A rich person, a celebrity. Who pays for the meals? I don't think I would have to do that.
You know what?
I'm like, listen, I do this freaking podcast on Wednesday nights. There's not even ads on it. I got nothing.
You know what I would do, John?
You were just in the Full House remake. Maybe Kate Olsen, who's on a date with me now. Could you please pay for this?
You know what I would do if I had like a bunch of money and I went out on a date, with a person who didn't have a bunch of money? I would try to see if they would be nice enough to pay for the dinner knowing that I have money, just to see if they would do it.
You like to test people.
I like to do that. Just to see what they would do, you know what I mean?
Then after the meal, you're going to go lay down in the middle of the street, see how she reacts. Will she come save me?
Will she stop this 18-wheeler?
Or will she just let me die?
She just watch. My bet is that she pulls out her phone and she tries to get footage of
a selfie of your body.
No, I would try to see if the person that I'm with would foot the bill, just to see if they would. Like, would they flip out and say, "What the fuck? You're rich. You're not gonna pay." Just to see.
What if you were rich? Okay, well, let's flip it around.
Okay.
You're the rich guy. You're with the dirt poor peasant person.
Yeah.
Who's beneath you? Who pays then?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. If I'm the rich guy.
Oh, so you would make them pay if you're rich?
No, I would do nothing and just see if they would pay it, and if they will, like if I already see them getting ready to pay, that's when I would stop them and say, "I'll take this."
Wow.
But I would try to see what they do first, because it's going to be in their head, like who pays. Like surely he doesn't expect me to pay.
I agree. I think love is a lot about tests, trials,
love,
pain. mental games. All things.
Wars of attrition.
Wars of attrition. Endurance
Power,
battles.
power struggles.
Yeah. You know, like Mortal Kombat, Test Your Might is very similar to that.
Yeah. Who can break the most blocks?
Who can break the other person's spirit and bend them to their will? That's really what it's all about.
So as soon as you meet a woman, it's like test your might. Let's see who breaks first.
Exactly, yeah.
It shouldn't be that way, John. It should be.
You're the one telling you got to be. You're testing
It should be
people.
a mutual giving.
You have to test them.
Well, I'm testing them, but it's not like I'm gonna let them do it. I'm not gonna let them go through with it.
You're still doing mental shenanigans with them.
You're trying to see where you're trying to see where their loyalties lie, John.
Huh. Okay.
Have you ever not seen the Genghis Khan movie with John Wayne?
It's on right now in the background. I'm watching it as we speak.
I have a DVR.
It's playing right now.
I'm planning to watch it later tonight.
Wow.
That movie
sucks. Love a lot like Genghis Khan and John Wayne together.
No, you never seen that movie where John Wayne plays Genghis Khan?
No, is that true?
Yeah.
This is a real film?
It's a horrendous film, yeah.
I'm going to have to check this out.
At the peak of his career.
You played Genghis Khan?
He plays Genghis Khan,
and
he didn't change his voice in any way, shape, or form.
Is John Wayne a big deal still in the Texas area where you are? People just, when you go outside, people just call you, hear people talking about him. And...
Hey, Pilgrim.
Has anyone ever said that to you?
No.
What's like the weirdest? Do people say any kind of weird dialect that you hear, and you're just like, "What is wrong? What's going on here?" Does it ever happen?
Not really, dude. Not really. I've heard people ask me, like, does people say howdy and shit like that? No one says that.
No one says it at all.
No one says that.
It's kind of sad because I want to hear that if I go there. You know.
Me too, dude. Dude, I live here, and I want this place to be freaking cows walking down the street and shit.
I was there, and there wasn't really much going on with that. I was trying to instigate some of it, but people didn't really take the bait.
Yeah, I think in downtown Fort Worth is when people still like ride horses and shit. Just for like,
You gotta go in the right areas.
Yeah, the people still ride horses on the street and stuff like that, just for novelty purposes,
This goes back to our earlier conversation about how there's like one store for everything, and
yep,
everything's kind of becoming the same because we all watch the same TV shows, the same news, and all that stuff. So people kind of more and more are speaking the same way.
Yep.
Right. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's just how it goes, I guess.
Everything's just being homogenized. We all shop at Walmart. We all talk this way.
Oh, I do.
We all use this phone, this internet service.
Right.
It's becoming more and more homogenized.
Yeah, I mean, like 100 years ago, you go somewhere and be like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah, I shop. Like you said, I shop at Larry's. Like, what the hell is?
You go to some other state. It was like a big deal.
Yeah, it was like practically a new country.
If you were going like across the country or something, and like people were like, "Oh shit, wow,
that's a new world." Yeah.
Now it's like nothing. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to.
We all know the same thing. We all go to the same places.
Yeah, right.
We all wear and use the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never actually thought about that. Thanks for depressing me, John.
It's very depressing. We got to try to. Well, I'm trying to motivate you here to start a movement.
To change.
You got to go back to Texas 1850.
Just go out in spurs and boots.
And you got to start talking.
Fucking Pilgrim.
And you got to try to fight the power here. The corporate culture, man. They're trying to homogenize us all, and right. Sell us the same product. Get us all addicted to the same products.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, of course, it's their agenda to try to homogenize everything because it's easier to market and to sell the same thing to the biggest, the widest range of people.
Oh wow! I'd like to do that. I don't know how.
Exactly. That's kind of why they do it.
Yeah. Well, I expect you to start doing this. I want to hear some lingo, some John Wayne, since you know his movies so well.
I love John Wayne.
Yeah?
He's pretty cool. Yeah.
He's pretty cool. Okay.
Was he in Stagecoach?
I have no idea. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, to be honest with you.
Stagecoach is a pretty cool movie.
I heard he only ate meat every day or something. Red meat.
Did he? I know he smoked a lot.
Smoked packs a day. Real man.
It's a real man's man.
Yeah.
Who's a big fan of John Wayne? Jr. Jim Ross.
basically is him.
He's a huge fan of John Wayne.
Did I ever tell you when I met JR at the airport?
Yeah, you told me that.
Have I told the story on the show before? Probably. I'm going to do it anyway. I was going to somewhere and get the airport. I was by myself. And I see this gentleman. This is in JFK Airport in New York. There's a large man with a cowboy hat in the in like one of those like magazine areas.
Yeah.
Convenience areas. And I was like, whoa, this is different. And sure enough, it was JR, Jim Ross. And the way that I approached him was like I knew it, like would be if you like knew someone or if you knew each other.
Yeah.
So I go up to him and JR, how you been? How's it going? And then he just gives me like a real strong look. Like it's like, do I know this person?
Like an up and down.
Yeah, like an up and down and just a squint and like, what, huh? And then he kind of realizes like, I don't know, this is no one.
He's a scrub.
This is some no one.
He's a fucking.
And then he goes, I'm doing well, huh? He goes, doing well.
You should have said, yeah, I'm related to Bill Watts. Just come out with some bullshit.
You probably would just be like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he still wouldn't care.
Oh, I remember you from the territory days. Down in Memphis.
I was an infant.
Yeah, just
and
come
I
up with
was
some
just
shit.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm one of the Watts kids.
One of the like the unnamed ones.
Yeah. You probably would have been like, oh, good to see you. Same thing, probably.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This was
He
funny,
would have
like,
had the same reaction.
every time I see people like that, I just, it's so interesting to see how they react to you. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's pretty funny because I'm pretty sure out of all the people he's met or been associated with, I'm sure he had
so
a
many
tickle.
people, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, yeah, the people that he does business with, I'm pretty sure he's like, who the hell is like?
He's
like,
probably
did
met
I meet this
like
guy?
thousands of people, seriously. So,
Yeah.
That was just JR just getting on a plane.
Now, how did we start talking? We'd start talking about movies.
I don't know.
And then we got to merchandising.
This is what happens when OJ's not here. It's just chaos.
And we got to how did we get to horses and like John Wayne in Texas?
You brought up John Wayne because you're obsessed with him. So that's what happened.
Now, I don't remember. It's gonna be
work your
really
way
hard.
backwards. Why? We're going forward here, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying
to find because I know I brought up Genghis Khan and John Wayne.
Oh, so here's a question for you. I want to get your take on this.
Mm-hmm.
So we found out recently, someone posted up on our website, StayBallsy.com, the ballsiest non-porn site on the internet.
Yes, sir.
I wish I had the guy's name in front of me. I screwed up. I don't have it. I apologize. We'll say it next week.
Was it a troll?
I wish. It was not a troll. I was trolled a little bit this week, but that wasn't this case. There were some reports of my demise.
That you no longer exist.
As you see, I am fairly well. But anyway, this gentleman posted up a topic on our forum, which you can join now for free. You can use ad block and all that. It's fine. Okay. We encourage it, actually. Sign up right now. The Guinness Book of World Records, there is a record for the longest continuous live podcast.
Really?
Yes. I don't know. If you have the internet open, maybe you could try to find the topic. I believe it was something like 36 hours. It was a live podcast for 36 hours, sir.
So, like continuous
live show and talking.
I can do that shit.
So that's the thing. I was really thinking about this, and we'll ask OJ about this on the show next week as well. But I think physically it can be done. I could do it. I feel like confident.
Yep.
That I could do this. The problem is if I get like 21 hours into it, and then something goes wrong with like Twitch or like the internet, or my power goes out, which is an often thing that happens. It actually happened around a half hour before today's show. That's really going to suck.
You're going to go insane.
I'll lose my mind.
You know what we should do, John? You should rent out a place.
Yeah.
For was like 4 days.
Okay.
With like high speed internet and set up your shit in there.
You can still go down though, because Twitch could be screwed. You'd have to. How would you do? There's no guarantees, man.
Do it on Ustream or something. I don't know.
Ustream.
What's wrong with Ustream?
Ustream, I wanted to run on, but they run ads during your show, and you have no control over it.
Really? I didn't know.
And you could pay them, I think, $250 a month, and then they won't do it. Seriously, I'm serious. I looked into this like during our winter break, our winter solstice.
The era where John was chastised and thrown out to the streets.
Yeah.
By Twitch.
Oh yeah. We were banned or whatever happened. It happens. Sometimes you get banned. You know, but yeah, that'd be the drawback to this. But for 36 hours, let's say like it was to happen. What do you suggest? This is why I'm bringing it up. I want to get your ideas. How would you fill that time? What could you do?
I would fill that time. Number one, I think you should do something like the show periodically, like maybe every like 4 or 5 hours.
You could do like 7 episodes.
Just talk about literally anything. Like go to Reddit or go to, just go online and just look up anything. Or what you could do, you could like try some of those flash browser games and like play through some of those.
Just play stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Just in any browser game. Because I know
we get to a point we'd have to run like entire movies and just do commentary or something at a certain point. I think.
I would do that. I would just tell people, hey, go look up this movie or download this. Or, it's just fun. Go to Netflix or something.
Bad, the whole thing.
Just go to Netflix and like look up this, and we're gonna start the movie right now.
Yeah, I started compiling a list. I want to do like X-Men the Animated Series commentary.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
And I had some
That'd
other
take
stuff.
Forever, dude.
They're only half-hour episodes. You got to fill a lot of time here.
Oh, you're talking about like content for the
for the 36-hour show.
Marathon. Yeah. They were pretty cool.
Here's the thing, though: if it's 36 hours is the record, we got to do at least like 50.
Yeah, you have to.
Because some dick is gonna try to do it back.
Yeah, you have to shatter it.
You'd have to destroy it. Yeah.
We can just make up a puppet show.
I don't know the rules. I'd have to find out. Are you allowed to get up and piss, or do you have to actually be speaking, or are you allowed to play games, or?
Just get a wire. You know what, dude? Just get a fucking wireless mic, and like a camera that follows you around the whole time, and just watch and live your life and do whatever the hell you want.
I don't know if that would count. Though. That wouldn't count.
But just stay in your house or stay like in one room or something.
I think it would be pretty simple. I mean, if like a wireless headset, and you just eat and you just go about your daily routine.
You can just be speaking.
You go driving
speaking while you're in the toilet. Yeah.
Like at the mall now.
Yeah, well, wouldn't that count? Like if you have a really good wireless mic or something.
The technology doesn't exist, but
you could use a phone for that, can't you?
I guess if one person's like at a computer or something, or on Skype. And
I think on stream chat, some guys just do a constant stream for a week.
A week?
Dude, I forgot what it was, but
a week.
Somebody linked me to a Twitch channel where there was a dude sleeping.
Oh yeah. Like
his bed was like back here.
Did he just like actually fall asleep, or like that was the stream?
I think he played like League or something like that. And I think I don't know exactly what happened, but when people say he just sat down on his bed and he chilled out there. Next thing you know, you could see him just like breathing. He was asleep, and he was gaining viewers.
He had more from the sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wacky world, man. It's a wacky world.
He was gaining viewers, and of course, after a while, they kind of died down. But for a while, he got spiked because people wanted to see this guy sleep. Apparently.
Did you take the ice bucket challenge?
No,
sleeping guy.
Yeah, I was in the middle of the night, so I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know what came of that. Nor do I care.
Okay.
I just thought it was
funny. Hope he's all right.
That's something. Yeah, that's something we should do. Just kind of stream yourself, just to sleep.
So we'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe it's something we'll consider. We'll ask OJ about it. He's gonna say no. That doesn't mean anything.
That's what you should do, dude. Like just wait out of nowhere, just turn on the stream, just start streaming, like your cam is, and when you're to bed, and just get in your bed and just go to sleep.
Your internet's going crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So try to call you back or something? All right, seems like you're better now. Give it a second. Say some stuff.
Did you hear my idea?
I heard your idea. Yeah, I love it.
just turn on the stream one day, like in the middle of the night, and just start streaming yourself just in the bed, just sleeping.
Yeah, but my sleeping's very violent.
Night terrors.
It's androgynous. It's I don't know if that can be shown publicly.
Yeah, like night terrors, like Homer Simpson.
You know what? Let's talk about The Simpsons since you brought it up.
There you go.
There's a story that I want you to tell. And as you see here, I don't know if you noticed, but like all the artwork that's in the bottom of the screen here, the transition is, of course, the star wipe. Every 3 minutes.
Sir.
Did you notice it or not? So tell us the story about the star wipe in The Simpsons and you.
Oh, my story?
Yeah, your story. Tell us your story.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I had a photography class that consisted of like video editing and stuff like that too. And when I finished my project, when I got to the computer to start editing, I was looking through the different types of transitions because you would be graded based on your transitions and what kind of things you put into it, editing and all that. And I was looking through the transitions, and all that stuff, and I saw the star wipe, and I started laughing because for people who are big fans of The Simpsons, there's an episode where Homer is trying to Flanders, his wife dies, right, and Homer's trying to get Flanders back on the market as a bachelor. So he starts video recording him on all the stuff that he does, like, you know, trimming the yard and taking care of his kids and cooking and all that, trying to make him look good. And whenever he uses, he asks Lisa if she can help him edit the video.
Yeah.
And Lisa's helping him on the computer, and Homer's like, "Oh, for this scene, I want you to use the star wipe to go into this next scene." And she's like, "Okay," and she uses star wipe. And he's like, "All right, and here, once this is done, I want you to use star wipe into this and star wipe to end it." And she's like, "You know, there's more wipes than star wipe." And he's like, "Well, that's the best one." So that's kind of what that's why I was laughing at it. And I said, "Fuck it." In my project, I'm just going to use nothing but star wipes, just to make me laugh.
Yeah.
And in every single transition that I had in my project, in my video, I used star wipe. So when it came time to for all of us to show our presentation, like up on a projector, in the class, my movie came up, and I was already laughing beforehand. I don't know why, and all the star wipes kept going every single time. There's a scene, then star wipe, star wipe, star wipe, and it ended with like a double star wipe, like a big one.
Let me ask you this: like for a project like that, does anyone review the footage before you show it to the class?
No.
What if there's like something crazy in there, like an anus or a foot that's
typically
bloody.
a severed foot.
Yeah. Well,
typically, you know, I think it's common sense not to do that. But our teacher did tell us that if there's anything questionable, anything that you think would not be, you know, okay, just consult him. But most of the time, if you had to consult him for something, then it's probably going to be a no. But the whole time
so
the video was...
your project comes up, it's all star wipes. What happens next?
I'm laughing during the whole thing. No one knows why I'm laughing. No one's laughing. No one cares about the project.
No one gets it.
Well, no one cared about anybody's project, to be honest. But I was laughing because of the star wipe, and no one understood why. And at the end of it, my video's done. It ends on the double star wipe, and my teacher, you know, he's there with the clipboard, and he's like, "Well, you use the same transition the whole time, so I'm gonna have to take away points."
See, that's why I don't understand like those kinds of classes, man.
Because like, fuck.
Like that's my artistic vision, right?
That's what I told him. I told him, "Hey, like,
that's what I wanted to do."
I was trying to tell a story with the star wipe.
It's a very deep meaning about our how we're all just stars.
If anything,
we're all specks in the giant sky, and we're all trying to make sense of this crazy thing.
I can make up something like, no, the star wipe has a deep meaning because I saw it on The Simpsons when I was a kid, and it has a deeper meaning. But they wouldn't give a shit. But I just thought it was funny because I looked like a fool laughing, you know, through my, not hysterically, but just laughing through the whole time of the star wipes because nobody got it. And then I actually got points taken off because I only used star wipe.
But you got a laugh out of it. You had a good laugh.
They didn't get it. Yep, they didn't get it. But if I or any of you guys ever see somebody use star wipe constantly on everything, you better give him recognition for that.
To The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
So how many things have come from that show? It's unbelievable.
So many things, probably more things than most people could could think of. But as far as me, dude, my entire sense of humor came from The Simpsons. Like, I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
Everything that I know about like wittiness or humor or just talking to people, it really did come from that because, you know, I wasn't a very social kid.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to watch TV and movies, and Simpsons was something that I watched constantly because I thought it was the most hilarious and clever thing on television. And all my mannerisms and all kinds of things, the way I like the whole when you brought up the whole thing about testing people, mentally messing with them, I got that from Simpsons.
It all goes back. The Simpsons did it. It all goes back.
The Simpsons did it, yeah.
You have the influence. You're the child of the Simpsons. Marge and Homer gave birth to you, basically.
They raised me.
Yeah, I was raised by a Full House. Well, it's different.
Well, it's still pretty good.
I remember I was always a huge fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where I became almost like a
zealot.
No. People would kind of laugh. It became because it was on Sunday nights. I believe it still is.
The new episodes, yeah.
So I would always go to school on Monday morning, and I would just it was just be in my head so vividly, right? Because I just enjoyed it so much, and I was like obsessed. And I would just go up to, did you see The Simpsons last night? Because I wanted to like talk to people about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are they're kids, and they can't really have a conversation. They're stupid.
Or they didn't care. Some people I knew some people
or they were whatever
watched it and they didn't care about it. Yeah.
Or they'd be like, I was at soccer practice, or I was I went to church. And like,
I was hanging out with my friends.
And no one really watched because I went to the Catholic school, and there wasn't like a lot of people in the class, and but I would just go up to everyone and do this. And then one day I remember like this. I did this for like months and months, and who knows? And then eventually this one kid started making fun of me. He'd start doing it, the same thing. Did you see The Simpsons last night?
But he was making fun of me.
He was making fun of me. It became almost like a joke.
A meme.
Yeah. And I remembered that, and that boy's dead today. No.
I was going to say, damn, what a dark story.
No, but that just shows like how I was into it so much, you know.
On an unrelated note, I knew a kid that I got in a fight with in elementary school.
Over The Simpsons?
No, over The Simpsons. This is just about you talking about the kid. He would make fun of me, and I fought him like really bad. Like we got into a really bad fight. Dude, this was like in 3rd grade, dude.
Oh yeah.
In 3rd grade, we got in a really bad fight, and literally like a month later, because we were suspended for like a week.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Wow. Did your parents have to go into the school and everything?
Yeah, come pick me up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
A month later, the kid got ran over and died.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
And I didn't know how to feel about it because I hated the kid.
Just you just got hit by a car and you're walking down the street, or what happened?
Yeah, I guess so. I never fully understood.
That is crazy, man.
And I was just like, you know, because even after we were done fighting, he didn't like me. He always made fun of me.
You're 3rd grade, so I mean, how deep is it? You know, you probably would have forgotten about it. Maybe.
It was really weird. It was really weird and being in 3rd grade, it was really weird to know that he was just like he doesn't exist anymore. You know.
Oh yeah, he was in your class and he was gone.
It was just really weird. Oh, but that's on a weirder note.
That is bizarre.
I just felt to bring that up because you
Oh sure, I mean, that really puts things in perspective here.
Wonderful transition, but as far as The Simpsons goes, I'm very happy that they're doing a Simpsons marathon. Yeah. It's really hard to be productive.
I remember. This is insane. It's actually crazy. Like I just have it on all the time.
Yep, me too, dude. It's like on 24/7. I fell asleep with it.
Yeah, I sleep with it on every night. It's completely insane. It's wonderful. I remember it's probably like the late '90s is when they first started like when it went to syndication, and that's when it would be on like every day.
Yeah, that's when I remember my local WB or CW now had it. They would air 2 of them every day, I was like, holy shit! 2 episodes of The Simpsons every single day.
I used to watch Baywatch, and then like an hour of The Simpsons every day.
Yeah, I would definitely catch that.
This was like the late '90s, and that was.
I would not miss The Simpsons. If I missed even if it was a rerun, if I missed an episode of The Simpsons, I would get pissed.
But imagine like going back and then you're telling your old self.
Mm-hmm.
After you console yourself about this death that happened, which is insane, but you're like, you're right now, 24 hours a day, Simpsons.
Yup, and not only will they be available on demand at all times, but one day there's going to be a channel that's going to show them for 12 days straight.
They should do that. They're doing. I wanted to bring this up to you because they're doing the Simpsons World, which is going to be like an app, which will actually have every episode on demand.
Yeah, and I'll probably have that. I'll probably get that.
Yeah, I think you might have to, but there's a lot of this stuff now. Of course, there's like the WWE Network, which I know you love it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of these different networks and apps and stuff for all this like classic shows, and it's pretty cool. So the Simpsons is getting one. I was thinking they should do like a Batman one.
The animated series.
Well, think about like just Batman, right? So you have
entirely everything.
Yeah.
The Adam West.
Every Adam West.
The animated movies.
Every movie.
Even the real movies. Yeah, the real movies.
Yeah, the real movies. All the animated shows. Every comic ever too. Boom.
Holy shit.
I would get that shit.
That would be pretty crazy. If it's all available to you just straight through that app, yeah, that would be really crazy. I would get that.
The one that I got is Marvel Unlimited. I have that. Mm-hmm. Which is like Marvel Comics. And it's got probably like 90% of like every comic they ever put out. I mean, if you really dig through it, you can find stuff that's missing. Yeah. But it's got a tremendous amount. Me and OJ actually both got it. And we haven't had a chance to talk about it on here because we've been messing around with it. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. There's just so many options now for watching things.
Remember, John, it's like Netflix, but better.
It's over the top.
That stupid-ass WWE Network line. I can't believe they actually have the balls to say something like that.
It's like Netflix, but better. Especially if you're not a wrestling fan. That's even better. It's even better.
In what way? Like, Netflix is like available to everybody, and it appeals to literally everybody. That's just funny.
Well, it is what it is. You don't have to get it. Don't worry about it.
No, John.
You know what's crazy, dude?
If you don't have the network, you're not a wrestling fan.
Freaking OJ, man. And people maybe don't like think we were just joking about this. Maybe it's literally across the street from the headquarters.
Yeah, I know you've told me.
And it's so bizarre because I go to his place. We're just sitting there. Like I'm like, they're inside there, right?
Yeah.
Like they're in there writing stupid shows.
They're in there like desecrating
across the street from where he lives. And I don't know if I could be here.
That's where he sleeps. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I couldn't live there. No, I couldn't live there.
Would you be able to sleep there?
No.
And
I'll never stay at his new place. Because the chances are one of those people are there to drive by in the morning, like where I am.
You're gonna fucking get pissed, and you're gonna go on a rampage and just like
who knows?
assault them.
But
for wasting
it's just really weird that's like right there,
Yeah, like literally a few feet away from you. Yeah.
And the place is like a fortress. You can't. There's no like door or anything. There's a it's like a garage entrance, and there's a gate that you probably have to call it or something, and they'll let you in if you're supposed to be there.
Damn.
Well, yeah, it's like a fortress, man.
Serious business, dude.
Serious business.
Wrestling, dance-offs, crappy promos, yeah. They take it really seriously.
Is The Simpsons on right now? What episode's on? Does anyone know?
It's still. I'm not watching it currently, but last time I checked, they were like around season 14 or whatever.
Wow.
So.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy watching it because a lot of these episodes really take me back of when I first saw them. I remember a lot of these, like the commercials for when they were going to premiere.
Yeah.
I remember seeing when it was all new, so it's pretty cool. I'm not too big on The Simpsons now because I feel like they've kind of lost a lot of like what made them so good back then.
Well, you do something for that long, it becomes tough.
And it's kind of hard to tell people I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons, right? Because they'll say, well, I saw The Simpsons, not too long ago, and it sucked ass. It did suck ass. Yeah. These new episodes are nowhere near as fun, as clever, and as well written as some of the older things.
Well, you still have those.
Last time I saw The Simpsons was like 2 years ago. A brand new episode of The Simpsons was like 2 years ago, and I just couldn't help but notice that a lot of their jokes or their new writing style resembles a lot of like Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the jokes they were saying felt like something you would hear in Family Guy. It's like
a big circle.
The way they told the joke, the way the punchline worked, and all that, it really felt like something Family Guy would
No, they're actually doing the crossover.
Or South Park.
They're going to do the crossover now, too.
Yeah, and the crossover looks really nice. You know, like you showed me the brief clip version of it.
Yeah.
It looks really good, actually. I'm glad that one's turning out very well.
Let me call you right back, maybe, because your connection's crapping out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll fix it if I give you a call back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, a little technical problem, you know. It's actually holding up a lot better than I thought because we had a huge storm right before the show. So I thought maybe the power would go out or something, but seems like we've been doing all right today. Thanks for joining, my friends. Hope you're having a good time tonight. A little bit of laid-back endeavor, just kind of talking. And, you know, get back to doing some big segments and stuff, which we get OJ back on track. You know, wherever he is. Looks like we can't get him back. He's gone. I won't continue without him. I'll do the ice bucket again. I got goo buckets all over this house. I'll fill one right now. Skype. There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's technology.
I was just telling everyone, like, yeah, we're not quite there yet, but it's actually held up better than I thought it would today, all in all.
Really?
Yeah, well, like I said, that huge storm, I lost my internet, like, right before the show and everything, and it's always very stressful, man. Challenges.
Yeah, especially, like, when you have to do it continuously, like, every week, you know.
Yeah, I just want to be able to do it. That's all I want.
I always tell people, you know, that for as far as technology has come, it's still not 100% reliable.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, these phones like do all this crazy shit, but then you can't even like really use them a lot of the places you go.
Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is just go to the wrong part of town and you have no signal or some shit, you know.
I don't know. We've seen a lot of things. I mean, you remember the internet first came in, and you're like, yeah, you could do this, all the commercials, right? You could do this, you could do that, chat rooms.
That was fun.
But then it didn't really work. So it's kind of the same thing.
That's the one thing I was glad to be here for, was the inception of that, because it truly was a weird time, like a very weird transitional phase of humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that people like don't even have no concept of, right? There was a world without it.
Yeah, the first thing I did on a computer was one of my uncles showed me his PC. You know, of course, I didn't let me actually use it, but the first thing we do on it was play Pac-Man on it.
Wow.
Using the 3 arrow keys, and I thought it was so insane. I've never played Pac-Man on a 3-arrow pad, you know. It's like, what the hell? This game can run Pac-Man? Holy shit.
First time I ever saw the internet, was introduced to it, was at school. And I don't know what grade this was. Maybe it was like, I don't know. I have no idea. But I was young, and they were like, hey, we're on the internet, and we're talking to another school. It was like a chat.
Holy shit.
And they were like, this is amazing. I'm like, why? It's stupid. I'm like, why would you want to talk to another school? Why don't you just call them?
Oh, that's the first thing that came to my mind. When somebody
why do you want to do it?
When somebody told me in a chat room, or I was talking to my, because we had another PC. It's like, look, you're talking with your uncle, and the first thing I thought was like, why don't we just call the dude?
Yeah, you know? Why do you do that?
Why are we typing?
Like, we're typing at him. What do you want to say? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It was really weird.
Yeah. There was an article I saw like a few months ago where on AOL, for AOL dial-up, they still have like 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, you told me about that. I thought that was...
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
AOL, man, they had some freaking balls back then, because they would like mail you the freaking install disc.
In the mail, you'll get an install of AOL online.
And they would send like a lot of them. It wasn't like once in a while. You like... every week you'd send one of these things. Where were they making these things?
At a certain point, I thought that it was 110% free, because you would be able to access it any time using that damn disc. As long as you plugged in, jack, it was like fine.
How were they allowed to send those things like that? It was just spam. And like no one else ever did that. Like Google,
Google's
like people complain about. They don't send you like you know.
Yeah, you don't see like a Google Chrome installing
the mail
CD or USB or something in the mail. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. They were crazy, dude. But yeah, they're still going. There's still like 2 million people in the U.S. that have dial-up. And I was asking you. I wonder if like because it was 56K, I think was like the top. Or was it in the 90s? I think when it finally kind of died. It was something. It was like 56K or something. Like what are they up to now? They still have that?
Yeah, I have no idea, dude. I remember.
I want to know.
I remember going to and the place where you well, of course, like the register where you leave. There would be like cases of the AOL CDs right there, and they want you to get free, and it would say right there. They
were making those things for like a penny.
Yeah, it's really insane. Really weird.
They were just probably like the people like find the Atari ET. That's probably like the AOL discs.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
They gotta be somewhere. Wow. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, as far as where those CDs are at and shit, I have no idea.
Somebody's got them, like one dude.
Go on eBay and look.
Once in a while, like I'll find the discs like in the wrapper. Because
yeah, they were all over.
Yeah, because you get so many, you just throw them out. But like I guess some fell in a box or something. I'll find like a box of stuff I haven't opened in a long time.
Oh, you have them?
There'll be one in there. Like they're just everywhere.
Save it, dude.
I might have 1 or 2. We're gonna try to maybe on the show we'll try to install it one day.
show it
floppy reader. Yeah, we'll do an install.
Send it to somebody.
Yeah, we'll try to connect. We'll do the show through 56K.
Oh fuck, we might as well.
It was always cool because I remember when you would go online, like you couldn't even no one could call you. You'd use the phone line.
Yeah,
or sometimes if people call you, would knock you off.
I wanted to look up wrestling stuff because you remember on WWF they would tell you use AOL keyword WWF.
Oh yeah.
And I would want to like go on immediately after like Raw or SmackDown. I wanted to go online and look up what the hell's going on or anything crazy because I remember people would say stuff like this guy's returning and rumors and shit.
Yeah.
And the crappiest like message boards for you could imagine, but I couldn't go on it because my dad would tell me, hey, don't get the internet because I'm expecting a phone call, and it would just kill me. I was like, fuck, I want to use the internet, but I can't because they're expecting a phone call, and you couldn't do both. It's like it was either one or the other.
Let me tell you. Let's talk about this. So I have Verizon, and I have unlimited data.
On your phone?
On my phone, because I got this plan like freaking 10 years ago or something, right? So
yeah.
I have unlimited data. They don't offer that anymore, obviously, right? They got rid of it, but you're kind of like grandfathered in, and they can't take it away. They're not allowed. So they've tried to do this. I guess I've read different articles over the years where they've tried to throttle people. They've tried to get rid of it. The FCC doesn't allow them because you have these contracts and like they have to abide by it no matter like when it was done or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's people doing crazy stuff, and that's kind of the reason why they got rid of the unlimited data. Because once 4G came in, people could do hotspots, and there's people that are doing like their entire home is from their phone.
Yeah,
it's powered by the 4G on their phones. It's using a crazy amount of data, but so they got rid of it. But I still have it, right?
Yeah.
So the problem came when my phone just started falling apart. And if you get a new phone, then they want to sign you up for a new contract, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just buy a new phone, but you got to pay like the full retail price, which is like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So I found this service where you basically take your phone, you send it to them, and you give them $100, and they'll send you a refurbed version of your own phone.
Wow, and it's not affiliated with the creator of your phone?
No. Is it a third party?
Yes.
So I do this, and the phone I had for like years is the phone I showed you guys like over and over again on here. It was like the keyboard was all falling apart and everything. It was the Droid 1.
It's the Wheel of Fortune phone.
It was the Droid 1. So they go, I send it, and they're like, we don't have that anymore. We're gonna give you the Droid 4 instead, which is 4G and it's really good. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I got this now. It really worked well. It was like a great deal, and I still have this unlimited data, and from time to time I'll have to go to Verizon for something, and if they look at my plan, they'll be like, yeah, you don't want that unlimited data anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they'll try to be like, you don't want that. You should get this other plan. I'm like, no, I'll stay with it.
Why? Like
because they don't want people to have it, dude. They don't want anyone to have it.
Yeah, but if you as a consumer, why would you not want it?
Obviously, I do want it, but they're trying to
exactly.
They're trying to get people off of it because they don't want people to have that shit.
Yeah, so like if I were you, I would just say like, why don't I want it?
I'm like, why not? Like, they'll come up with some reason. Like, oh, you can save money because you don't need that. No, seriously, like you don't need that much data. You only use this amount. Blah blah blah.
So my life depends on this amount of data.
And actually, there's to rewind a little bit. Before I found this company with this refurb phones, what I tried to do was get a prepaid phone, and then try to get my contract on it, but they don't allow that. So I even threatened to them, like, listen, I'm gonna go to T-Mobile and cancel. And they're like, we don't. All right, like they're like, okay. They were cool with it. They were like, fine, go, because they don't want you to have unlimited data. So I now have a phone. I now have unlimited data. Blah blah blah. So it's not a big deal right now. It is what it is. I can do 4G shit. I can do hotspots, all that. But I'm thinking about this. If they can't get rid of it, they can't stop you from having it. 10 years from now, what's going to exist that I could exploit with this thing? Think about it. In 10 years from now, like, who knows? You might go to like the movie theater and just like stick your phone in like a thing and it'll put the movie on. Who knows? Could be anything.
Yeah, because definitely in the future, I'm pretty sure people will be even more limited, than they are now.
And there's going to be better stuff than 4G. There'll be better shit than that. It's going to be like, really good. So if you could keep the unlimited data for like decades.
Yeah, like keep transferring it from one thing to another.
Yeah, they can't stop it.
Next thing you know, you'll have fucking holograms with infinite, unlimited data, and you can do whatever the hell you want.
Unlimited data holograms. I'll just be setting people. I'll just appearing in all people's homes in the world, but they can't stop it.
You can't stop me.
So, as far as I know, maybe there's just some kind of thing where after a certain amount of time they can stop, they can end it. But I don't. From what I've looked up, it doesn't seem that way. And he's gone. He's gone completely. So yeah, that's where we're at with the phone. It's very interesting. Maybe I'll be calling each and every one of you multiple times in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. Hello.
Yeah, there you are.
Well, at least we have the technical problems like at the end of the thing, right?
Yeah, that's good. As we're talking about unlimited data, they come...
Unlimited data, we ever do the show with that.
One day, with holograms and stuff, we'll be able to do the show in your house, like inside of your room.
Yeah, imagine that.
I remember seeing a documentary of, like, of those body... Did you ever see those body suits that people could put on? And they were trying to do that as a type of revolutionary way of like sexting or like
what the hell? No.
Of like it's like sex over camera or something like that. Where if somebody if they have like a dummy or something like that, they can like touch it and it feels like they're touching you or something.
No, I've not heard of this.
You ever seen that? I saw it on the Discovery Channel.
Discovery Channel had this. Wow.
They were talking about technology and like the things that are going to change the internet in the future, and all of a sudden they just went to like the whole sex chat rooms and stuff like that, where you'll be able to put on a bodysuit that gives you like that's almost
really,
like somebody's touching.
Dude, that's such a dangerous thing. Because like, what if you're just trolling and you start like punching the person?
That's the first thing that I thought of when I was watching that was, what if you just punch the shit out of the dude like in the chest or something?
Yeah, you start just punching his balls. I mean, certain chat rooms they might ask for that, but like...
Yeah, exactly. And by that time, that'll probably be like the main thing.
There's gonna be like deaths and like all kinds of weird court cases. Unprecedented court case right now. A man punched this other guy through the internet.
Some dude strangled him to death.
Yeah, you'll see shit like, dude. You see like the stupidest stuff. You're gonna see like, dude.
Dude, there's already people being convicted for like bullying somebody on Twitter and having them kill themselves or like being depressed or something like that.
Yeah, so put your seatbelts on. You're gonna be in store for some crazy stuff and some nonsense over the next couple decades.
Like a kid in like New York is being but being persecuted because he bullied some guy in like England or some shit. You know, it's like
Really?
it's
International
stuff.
law.
And it's stuff like that, like some kid, you know, like ends his life or whatever, is because he was being bullied, and part of the people bullying him was like on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, some people are, you know, a reason for this kid to commit suicide. It becomes a court case, and it's insane over the internet, dude.
Over the internet. People are going to be doing all kinds of things.
See this guy, Vero
Veroj?
Yeah. Yeah, Veroj, he says, I would put my penis in someone's ears, or in people's ears. And that's probably like the safest thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I guess it's just like real life though, because if you punch them, they can punch you back unless you like pull the plug. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to drop.
It'll be an internet fight, like a literal fight.
Like you gotta go for the punch, and you have your hand on that plug and just fucking rip,
because
they can get a hold of you, man, right away, right? If they I would think.
Oh my god, I never even thought of that. I just thought of punching somebody and then just like leaving.
No, you can't. You're in there, man. You're both there. It's just like, it's just simulating real life, dude. If you punch someone in real life, you better be ready to run away or keep fighting.
Yeah, it's gonna
be like boxing done over like online boxing.
Sooner or later, you'll be able to actually chase somebody down. You know, you won't be able to log out or exit out of the window. They'll be able to chase you. Fuck.
We'll see what happens. Just like, I have unlimited data. I'll be part of all these things.
And you'll be able to do it unlimited.
Unlimited ways.
Did you ever see that? Like in Futurama, I'm a huge fan of Futurama too. You know, big surprise.
Yep.
In Futurama, to them, the internet, you actually go into like a virtual world. Like it's a completely different world, and you're actually there. There's a different police force there. There's different laws there. You can get persecuted there. You know, people can hold you there. It's like you can actually go into the stores and all that stuff. So their internet is like a complete VR world. So I think, you know, at some point it'll probably get to that, you know.
AOL, start sending those discs. It all started with them.
It'll be AOL resurgency, you know.
That'd be really a great story. Imagine they like resurfaced and took down Google. They
took down Google and every other service.
We're back. We've been planning. Guess what? Everyone's getting some fucking mail this week.
Everybody's going to get a free virtual reality room.
They'll start sending the pamphlets, the discs every week. That's their plan. All right. I want to talk about the art a little bit, but here's one more thing I want to discuss today.
Yeah.
And just get your take on this, and maybe some other people could chime in on the chat and stuff. But I go to like diners a lot. I go to different diners.
Oh God, where is this going?
And there's this one that I always go to. And it's always fun. It's one that I really like. I'm not gonna put them over. I don't feel like doing it, the address and stuff. But it's like my favorite one. I go there all the time. It's usually like pretty normal situation. But I go there this time, and there's a guy I never saw before. Larry wasn't there. Larry, the hardware guy. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this guy was. It was a new waiter or something.
Yeah.
And he's taking the drink order, and instead of saying like what would you like or anything like that, he just looks at me. He's like, "Would you like some seltzer? Would you like some?" Not saying what would you like to drink. He just goes, "Would you like some seltzer?"
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of odd, right? Like, why would you suggest?
Why that out of all things?
I never heard of someone suggesting a drink, and then that of all things to suggest just seemed very odd. And he's just, would you like some seltzer? Just staring at me, and I was like, yeah.
Well, would you?
All right. Like,
sure.
I'm thinking like maybe this is some kind of special seltzer that they're that like this guy made
just for tonight.
Maybe he made it. Maybe he feels like he'll feel bad if no one gets it or something. Okay, I'm like, okay. All right, I'll take the seltzer. I'm like, is it caffeinated? Because I don't have caffeine. He's like, no, it's not. I was like, okay, and I got seltzer, and I don't know why. It was suggested.
What is seltzer? It's just like kind of like carbonated water.
Seltzer's just like it's just it's like soda, but not without like flavor.
Yeah,
it's just like a carbonated drink. Usually it's usually like mixed with stuff. You know?
Yeah, I think I've had that because I've had
Seltzer
like mineral water like in
seltzer
Mexico.
water.
Yeah.
Right? Seltzer water. And I just had it, and it didn't seem like it was very special in any way, and I didn't really get it. Maybe he put something in it there. I don't know. But at the end of it, I was like, thank you for the seltzer. And he's like, did you enjoy the seltzer? Yes.
Did you enjoy the seltzer?
He literally said, did you... I go, thank you for the seltzer. He goes, did you enjoy the seltzer? I go, yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you for it. So
was that it?
That was the story, yeah, I don't know.
I was waiting for something to happen where the guy fucking flips out or something.
No. The only other thing that happened, actually, I forgot to mention, he brought... the guy might have been, like, I don't know, maybe he had too much seltzer himself and he was just on another planet or something, but I got like a wrap, like a chicken wrap, with fries. It comes with fries. And then he puts it down in front of me. It has fries on the plate and the chicken wrap. And he goes, do you want the fries? Or he goes, do you want fries with that? As he's putting it down, do you want fries with that? And I just, I'll keep the fries. He goes, okay. And I wonder if I said, no, I don't want the fries, would he have just like grabbed them? Or would he have like started eating them? Maybe he I don't know. It was
Wait, so the fries were already on the table.
They were already on the table with the wrap. And then he goes, "Do you want fries with that?"
Somebody was trolling you, dude.
You think it was a troll attempt?
Maybe somebody like in the back or something, where it was saying I'd offer him seltzer, or maybe they did it to everybody. They did it to everybody, like just say, "Would you like some seltzer?" It's just like see how many people actually get it.
Who would actually do? And he's like, this guy actually got the seltzer. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. There'll be more to the story eventually. I'll be back there and...
go back.
We'll keep
you know what you should do?
Yeah.
You know what you should do? Go back there, make sure that guy's working, and already have like a bottle of seltzer. Or already have
seltzer. I would like 6 glasses of seltzer today.
But bring your own. Well, if you already have it.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Tell him no. Even before he says anything, tell him no. You're taking me, sir. I have my seltzer.
Yeah, I think he was just a little. I think he was a little crazy. Is my opinion on it, but who knows? The internet's going to crap. I think we gotta get out of here. But I want to go through the art a little bit and just kind of.
Okay.
I want to go through it and get your take on some of this. But the first one I want to show here is from the King of Kings, 5400. He created this artwork where I am Obi-Wan. And it says, "Stay ballsy or do not stay ballsy. There is no try." It's the Yoda quote. The Yoda quote.
Yeah, the awesome Yoda quote, which is really good because you can use it in every facet of life.
This is true.
Try not to.
Yes. All right. Here's I want to go through a couple of these, just kind of give like a little bit of how you made it and whatever you want to say about it. This first one is Schnozman using the computer, and it is, of course, Zoopal is the website he's using as a search engine.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
The one, yeah, because remember you told me you wanted it to say, it saw something else in Google, right?
Yeah, and it was like, I don't want to use these proprietary things. We don't need to put Google over more than they already are.
Yeah, and you put it, I was just thinking, what else it could be. I don't know how the reason it's Zoopal is because when I was a kid, I had a Sega video game called Zoop.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And I don't know how many people know that game. The game sucks, by the way. It's a bootleg Tetris. It's like a wannabe Tetris. It's like it wanted to be a different thing than Tetris, but it just sucks.
A shitty Tetris. This next one, of course, is the StayBallsy store. Retail center. Are you gone?
Yeah. What's up?
I was just asking if you're still there. I think.
No, I'm still here. It's
okay.
just
it's
trying to see the pictures.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the StayBallsy store. Whole bunch of shops. Would you like to see? Would you like to see this? Maybe a retail outlet, StayBallsy. The StayBallsy
That'd be
brand.
pretty. That'd be pretty cool. Not if, but when Schnozzman and Hole Punch, and the show just blows up and becomes like the most mainstream thing in the world. You're gonna see. I want to see stores like this selling all kinds of StayBallsy merchandise.
Would you like to work at the store as
oh, of course, I want to be like a regional manager.
Regional manager, sure.
So I could go in there and not do shit, and and bitch at the managers who are doing their jobs.
It just fucking was just clean.
Yeah, or not even that. Just watch other people clean and tell them how to clean it.
Oh. This one is the news report where Poster gets blown.
Yeah, that one's a little provocative. I'm sure it's meant to be that way.
It's a double. It's an entendre.
Yeah, it looks like he's receiving fellatio.
It looks like he's going to blow himself, not be blown, but it works, I guess.
What do you mean, like blow up, like explode?
No, he looks like he's going to blow someone the way his mouth is.
Ah. Class. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
All right, you got it. Okay. This one is probably one of my favorite ones. It's the graffiti the Hole Punch is walking through, and I will say like some of this is real, like the scribbling on the wall, and then on the far right there's graffiti, but then you added in Epic Rules and Ritzy, and seamlessly. Yeah. How is this done? Is this just font and text placed, or this like you have to draw this in any way, or what happens here?
Oh no, yeah, I don't. I find fonts that look kind of like graffiti already, and I maybe add to it, maybe make it thicker, or maybe move morph it around, kind of stretch it around, make it not look like it's clearly typed on there,
Right.
And then I just kind of put it wherever it's supposed to be. Like if it's on a wall, I have to put it like at the right angle of the wall or stuff like that to make it look like it's on the wall in real life. And of course, like desaturate it a bit, make it look like the rest of the graffiti, like the same ink or the same shade.
Right. Yeah, it looks the same.
Kind of look. Yeah, that's kind of what I do with that stuff.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of times where like you have the artwork and then Hole Punch will actually walk in front of it. And I tried to add that in. Like you basically have to keep cutting or every frame, so we could stand in front of stuff to give you that more realistic feel.
Yeah, because at first you would like only put that part of the video and have people walk around it.
Yeah.
And now you've been able to. I did notice that it looks awesome. You've been able to actually have people pass through something that I photoshopped or that isn't there. So
yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's how this stuff works, man. Next thing you know, there'll be actual things there, bigger and better things.
I keep pushing it.
Believe it or not, John, that's CGI. You use CGI.
Yes.
Just like Toy Story. Just like Guardians of the Galaxy. Same thing.
It's interesting because if I watch stuff now, I understand how it's done. Like I can't do like that level. Obviously, with what I got, because they have like 1,000 dudes that work on this. But like, I understand, how it's done.
The concept of it, yeah.
It's just shit, and they just move it around, and it's This is the Flush of Peace.
That one's funny.
Because we had the Wave of Violence. I remember talking to you, and they were like, "What's the opposite of a wave of violence?" And I was like, "Well, peace would be for violence." I think you said flush for some reason.
Yeah, I said flush. It's because I was thinking like wave and like water, and when I thought of like flush, at first I thought of like I forget what the peak wave, what the peak called.
I couldn't even hear you. I don't know what you're saying.
Like because a wave is like going below. I forget what the peak was, like the top of something.
Yeah. Right.
I forgot what that was called, but I just said flush because balls and toilet humor and shit and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what we do. And this is the Epic Mail carding 4383742, which is get Epic on a phone. And that was cool, man. It was like a lot of little touches, and just it all adds up,
Yeah.
So if you didn't have that, it would have the original thing on, and it pulls you out of the moment.
Yeah, it kind of all that small like Epic Mail stuff really reinforces the story and what's going on in their world and whatnot.
Yeah, there you go. And there's another one similar to that. Stanford thanks Hole Punch and Snooze Man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Torn up. So it was kind of cool because you did all this stuff originally, and then I was like, you gotta go back to those and make it look different, or the Epic Mail's like messed up.
Yeah, that was actually easier to mess with the second time around because going back to the original one, I can grab the original photo that was unaltered, get the new one, and like place it over each other and just erase stuff from the new one, and the background of the original one will always be there. So it's like I could erase whatever I want, and the background is already cut out for me. You know what I mean? If that made any sense.
No, I got you. It's cool, man. It's amazing how like all these little steps make it. Like this is basically on the side of the highway. I just freaking pulled over and like took a shot, and then I sent it to you and you did the original thing, and then I don't know. It's just it's really it's very cool. And
yeah, the pictures that had to go.
This is my favorite one. Epic Games, outside the Epic Games, and this Chins.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Chins thing is actually a real sign. Where it says Chins, and the place is like it's an out of business Chinese restaurant, and like we were actually all in the car, and we needed to film this somewhere, and we didn't know where to go, and then we found this place. It was actually a closed Chinese restaurant, unbelievably, which is exactly what it was supposed to be. Think about that. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird looking building too.
Oh yeah, it is. But yeah, you took the sign and then you added like the scratches and everything. And you know what's weird about this place? It's an abandoned restaurant. You just still smell the food.
Really?
It's almost like there's ghosts in there making the Chinese food. Yeah, it's really weird.
Maybe the ghost of the food.
Something's going on there. But you did a couple of things here. You did the sign, which was based on GameStop, which is the real Epic Games. And then, of course, the wall with the dude.
Yeah.
And the sign, and the car, too.
Yeah, isn't that one of the things that had somebody walk through?
Yeah, he walked by the guys on the wall.
Yeah, that's why when I saw it, like, oh, that's the part where I saw it.
Okay, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, because almost enrolled you to tell me put it all the way over here so that nobody walks through it. You know.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't brave enough in the past. It was still a new thing.
You told me whenever you told me to put it there, and I saw somebody walk through it. I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, it happens a couple times. It happens in that the graffiti spot. It happens there. It happens on the grave. The grave thing was a lot of work because he kind of swings the plunger, goes back and forth and over it. And,
yeah.
There's a lot of little things that just take a lot of time, and are like 3 seconds worth of footage. So you don't even know if people really catch it, but you know, I know about it, so I try to.
Yeah, but I noticed it, John.
As long as you noticed it, then we're okay.
That's all that matters.
All right, sir. Well, if you want to wrap this up, man.
Yeah, if we're done getting DDoSed.
Is that what was going on?
we're being attacked now.
I think that might have been it.
First it was Blizzard, then it was Twitch, now it's us. Somebody's trying to stop the show.
We've had a lot of issues lately. Like OJ last week was I think even worse than stuff that's going on with you today. So.
Really?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
It's the internet, John. We have to revert. We have to stop using the internet.
Well, then we can't even do the show then. It'd have to be like a stage production outside my house. Like
there you
5
go.
people would show up in the neighborhood. Probably throw shit at me.
You're
literally throw shit. They would literally do it.
Like Twisted Sister.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for coming on, man. Obviously, Mr. Sturmgeist13 helps us out with all kinds of things. It's part of the operation here. Thank you, sir, for your contributions. And
like I always tell people when I do stuff at work that I have no business doing, I tell them I may not be the best at this, but I'm here.
You know what? Showing up is like 95% of the battle. It's all about effort, man.
Yeah.
It's all about. So that's going to be it for this week. We'll be back next week with OJ, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have something planned for you. I think I'm going to start showing you guys maybe some stuff like episode 1 of Shazman Hole Punch. Maybe I'll show you like side by side how it used to look, what the footage kind of looks like now after I kind of messed with it. Might have some of that for you. And I don't know, we'll see what else happens. You know how it is around here. You know how we do it, right?
Yep. Rehashing, remixing everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Reusing.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for joining us. Talk to you soon. Send us messages if you want to say something. You suck or you're not too bad. At Super John Rambo. At Sturmgeist13, is that proper?
Yes, sir. Yep. I'm not that active on Twitter, but
Chris
I do
is very big into WWE. He wants to hear about
oh, God.
what's going on, and you can talk to him about that.
Haven't watched in like a year.
All right, so thank you for being a part of John Represents, the very best at free and optional entertainment. Talk to you later, my friends.
Later.
Bye-bye. Not dead, no. Very much alive. A little too alive, if you ask me. We'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.